Hello from the studio, May Flom here, and today what we're going to be talking about is starting a scrapbook page. Now I'll put a link down below in the description here of the previous video, which is making a scrapbook album. Now we're going to talk specifically about starting a scrapbook page, whether this is your first time, whether you're stuck, you're in a rut, you haven't scrapbooked in a long time, this video is for you. So I have a whole process, pretty simple. Basically, start with, I started with, I want to use this sticker sheet and work from there. But you have to have a starting point. For me, typically it's either here's a product I want, here's a story I want to tell. What's even better is if you've already figured out your album, like we talked about in the last video about scrapbooking, you have those stories to draw on. So either one of those stories inspires you, or you pick out a product and then find the story within the album that works. Let's make a scrapbook page.
I got some new Chamel main character energy. That's what the sticker sheet is from, and most of what is in this order, although there's a few other things. And I know I want to start with that because I want to dig right in. That's a brand new line. I'm excited about it. So now I'm going to go through my Disney World photos and find some photos that are on that album I'm working on that will go with this paper if possible. And I land on these two that actually are on paper because I had started the scrapbook page. It didn't work out. If that happens or I feel stuck, I will just set the photos aside and try again another day. Now, what I am doing here is sketching. So I'm just trying to get an idea of what might this look like? Should I mount this on another piece of paper? What am I thinking? How much storytelling do I have to do? I'm basically just thinking through the process. You don't actually have to draw. You could just sit and think through that process of, okay, what is this going to look like? Once I have kind of a general idea of, okay, I know I'm going to want these photos. I'm going to know I'm going to have, 4 sentences, 20 sentences, whatever it is, big story, small story. Then I start looking at pattern papers as you see me doing here. And what I am looking for is which one of these papers is going to accentuate and really complement my photos. And that's the one I'm going to pick. I got down to these two. If I do the rainbow one, it's going to be a very, very simple page because that paper is so visually busy. If I do the yellow page, I can do more embellishing. Now you might notice the white paper got bigger. I just mounted this onto a larger piece of white paper so I can do my writing right there on the paper. I really like this for an easy scrapbook page because it gives me a place to write whatever I want to write, but I can go ahead and design the whole page and do the writing at the end if I would like. I'm just going through my sticker sheet and adding stickers, and you might notice I'm adding around the sides, and what this does is gives me some balance, and it also is grounding those stickers. So stickers aren't just floating all over the page. I have stickers kind of grounded to what my photos are. Now the next step, well, maybe I want, in this case, I'm tearing apart a little die cut there and adding for a little bit of contrast, a little bit of additional color, tucking pieces under. That's a really common thing and a really big reason why, if you're new to scrapbooking, I really like this idea of put the photos on the white piece of paper or other plain colored paper and then kind of build around it. You're just building around that one piece of paper. And the reason I like this so much is it makes it simple, it makes it easy, it makes it quick. It takes a lot of the decision making away, which if you're just starting out in scrapbooking, you want to take some decision making away. You don't want to have tons and tons of choices. Now, in my case, I had like 3-4 layers of paper here, so some of the stickers were having trouble staying down. I just tacked it down a little bit with some stitching because that's something I love to do.
So I didn't end up doing like a traditional title. I just did a bunch of word stickers. And you know what? I'm so much happier with this paper than the original that this page was going to be on, that I had like started to glue things to and wasn't happy with and adjusted. The stitching for me just gives it a little bit of detail as well as being practical, because these really thick, stiff stickers and then going down like 3 layers, I was worried that they were going to pop up. So instead of just gluing them down, stitched them down, because why not? So now I've got a scrapbook page, and this one does go in the Disney World album that I am trying very much to wrap up in the next month or so. It's boiling hot though. I really look forward to fall weather and cooling down, so being here in the studio is not quite so boiling hot all the time. If you have any questions, requests for future videos, leave them in the comments. I will be continuing this scrapbook how-to easy series. So if you have those requests, get them on in. I'll see you next time.